So we're just going to move through the rest of this last area so that we can quickly make it to shit, why do I keep forgetting his name? Oh, yeah, to the last two bosses. Our rival battle, which I think you can guess who our rival is in this variation, because that's all we've talked about doing the whole game, is to kill our brother Toll. So that'll be our rival battle. We'll be fighting him. And then we'll be taking on the last boss, which is the same as the last boss from Unica's campaign, which is Daedalus. We're just gonna plow through these guys here. Collect the remaining items, which I believe is have to collect the final upgrade to my shoes. And yeah, that'll be fun. I do have to watch though. My health they're doing a lot of damage to me, but I am picking up health drops, so I'm hoping I don't die here. Be kind of embarrassing. But this is the area I forgot to mention. This is the area that I accidentally skipped over in the Unica campaign because I either didn't record it or I deleted the recording itself. So this is me coming through to make sure that I do show that this time through, so it's not a complete surprise when I come through here with Toll, who's going to be our last character we're going to use. We are past the point where we're going to run into any more undead enemies, so I don't need to have the silver bells equipped anymore. The holy bells, whatever they're called. There is as you can see, there's red guys that I'm fighting right now. And once I beat all of the red guys, it'll unlock a treasure chest. Which, if I do this correctly, will kill the last red guy right before we fight right before we get to the treasure chest. So I went home to visit my parents for the New Year's weekend, and I was remarking to them on Friday and on Saturday, which was New Year's Eve, I haven't been coughing a lot. I think I'm over my cough. Yeah, these are the final upgrade to my armor, which is my shoes. Occasionally negates enemy attack, so not something you want to rely heavily upon, but it is a nice little bonus you get where sometimes the boss doesn't do damage to you. So but I went home for the New Year's weekend. I thought my siblings were going to be in as well. They only came in for about 4 hours on New Year's Day between 1 to 5, and then they kind of pieced out after that, even though I'm pretty sure most of them had the second, which was that's the holiday day that many companies give in place of New Year's Day, so like this is one of those weird American things I don't really 100% understand. Christmas and Thanksgiving will always fall on a Thursday. Memorial Day, Labor Day will always fall on a Monday, but 4th of July, Christmas, and of course New Year's, which is a week after Christmas, always, they can fall on different days. So if Christmas falls on a Monday through Friday, you get that day off. And a lot of people take a vacation day either directly before or directly after it to make it a long weekend. When Christmas falls on a Saturday or Sunday, for whatever reason, businesses like to give their employees either the 20, in the case of it falling on Saturday, they give them the day before, or in this case, because it falls the day after, or on Sunday, I got Monday off, the second. So yeah, that's interesting, as they say. But it's kind of weird because you would imagine, quote unquote, corporate America would be like, well, sorry, your vacation day happened to fall on a weekend. Too bad. So sad. You ain't getting that vacation day off, So, I don't know. Maybe it's because a lot of places pay for that vacation. They pay you for your vacation day. That, it's essentially, they're not going to pay you for a day like Saturday or Sunday, so they give you a day off, so they're not essentially paying for 6 days that week instead of 5. I'm guessing that's the reasoning, but anywho, those guys are a pain in the ass, as you may remember from Unica. Yeah, I was a little disappointed that I didn't get to spend more time with my siblings this time. I mean, I understand they're busy or they don't care or whatever. I don't really know what the story is, but I was kind of hoping I could BS with them, on. I mean, obviously, if they came over on New Year's Eve, that would have been nice. But I'm sure they went to parties or whatever, so I'm not going to be like, oh, we should have been here for New Year's. No. But they could have spent, particularly my brother, could have spent, Sunday into Monday. They could have chilled on Sunday evening instead of him just rushing out. But whatever, I don't know. I'm not him, I don't know. I think I'm getting away from the point of my story, but the point of my story is supposed to be that I wasn't coughing on Friday and Saturday. So I was remarking to my parents that, oh, I'm getting better, my cough's going away, I'm not coughing as much as I used to, I'm definitely not hacking my brains out. There should be oh yeah, this is the devil medal I need to get through to the final area. So, okay, so New Year's Eve occurs, and I get up, and because New Year's Day was a Sunday, I went to church like I normally would on Sunday, and we went to later mass because my dad didn't want to go to early 7 a.m. mass after staying up past midnight. Him and my mother went to a New Year's Eve party. So we went at 11. At some point when I'm at church, I don't know if it's dry air or what the story is there, but I start coughing, and it was like, okay, is this cough coming back? And then the rest of New Year's Day, when my sibling and my sister's boyfriend are over, I'm hacking my lungs out. So I feel like a complete fool, because I'm like, oh, I was doing so well, and now that everybody's around, I'm hacking it up, and they're like, oh, get away from me, I don't like you. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I have to get more. I was thinking about my New Year resolution. My New Year's resolution is definitely going to be to try to find someone that I can spend my life with. start dating again, is what I'm trying to say. I say that because, this past holiday season has sort of made that, obvious that, like, you're not a kid anymore, obviously, and the other people that you used to sort of buddying around with on the holidays, their lives are quickly becoming consumed by, the fact that they're, adults now. So, like, for my sister, my sister is dating this guy for a long time. He's practically my brother-in-law, and I've probably said this in the past. But, obviously her time is split amongst, not just us, but, her boyfriend's family, who doesn't live in the area. So sort of what ends up happening is I get to see Julie and Matt on certain occasions, and on others I just sort of have to accept the fact that, yes, some holidays are going to be spent at Matt's parent, and I just sort of have to accept that. Obviously, they don't have the same birthdays and anniversaries, so in that regard I can probably expect to see them, during those events. But, for Christmas, there's only one Christmas, there's only one Thanksgiving, so their time has got to be balanced there. And, I understand that because, I'm not a complete doofus. But at the same time, doing that expectation thing, and I should have done this many years ago. I don't know if it's just my personality or I refuse to grow up what the story is, but, like, it's going to change. That things aren't going to always stay the same. People get older, they change, they have kids, parents pass away, grandparents pass away, or whatever. And that's life. Life has changed. You try to hold on to, the things that, traditions that, remind you of, people that are gone before us, and, maybe create new traditions with new people, but we're gonna keep moving forward. It's always been my dogmas. Keep moving forward. It's, nothing stays the same. But, once everybody's moved on, it's just you and your thoughts, and not great. And even for someone who's more introverted, it just, eventually the silence just sort of wears on you. There's a lot of things I think about. So, to answer an earlier question, I'm about 100 or so SP off 100,000 SP off of the upgraded speed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grind out the speed, and then I will come back and we'll finish this game off. So I'm gonna cut it here, and like I said, when I come back, we're gonna work on the end of the game. Alright, welcome back everybody to Ys. I accidentally got through this part without the recording, so I am going back through to the end of the game, and we're just gonna blow right through this. Just got 2 more boss battles to go, and then we should blow through these pretty quickly. I hope. Like I said, I recorded all this beforehand, but this is me re-recording it now because my video portion wasn't on. As you can see, my rival battle is going to be with my brother Toll. Yeah, thought I might find you here. Toll. We beat Zeva and Kestrel alike. I must admit I'm impressed. The biggest surprise, though, is that you accepted demonic powers, yet all appearances refrain from using them. Suppose that means you finally found a road to call your own? I did. In pursuing you, I came to realize I was basically just walking in your footsteps. I desired power for power's sake, and sought to become stronger, regardless of the consequences. In a way, I suppose I was doing exactly as Father had always taught us, the ideals of House Fact to the letter. But that's not who I am. I realized the thing I seek isn't power itself. It is the strength of mind to wield that power, effectively its mastery. Once I realized that, everything suddenly else fell into place. I will never again allow myself to be consumed by that power. I accept Father's teaching blindly, and sought an unmatched strength just blindly, but no more. Intend to defeat you here and now. I am not about to rely on any demonic essence to do it. My own power will be plenty. Seems I've sorely misjudged you. I thought the days of being one-up by my little brother were through. Still, seems that we're both chosen our own paths, and sadly they don't lead to the same place. I won't yield to you, Hugo, brother, and no. We stand on opposite sides. Luke. Show me your power. Untainted by our family doctrines, unrelented upon the demonic essence, your own strength. Unreliant is the correct word, Chris. I'm a little overpowered for this fight, as you can see. And I'm not even really trying, I'm just kind of running circles around him. Oh, that's a bad one. He'll be dead soon. They are. Yeah, you've done well for yourself, Hugo. Yes, they made the right choice, in some regards anyways. What are you talking about? Long ago I chose to distance myself from House Fact and become a holy knight. I did this partly because it is what I wanted, but mostly because I thought you'd be a better suited for the role of successor than I could ever hope to be. What? Your magic ability has always been exponentially greater than my own. It's likely why Father didn't try to stop me. In the end, all I really accomplished was forcing you into a life you never wanted. Go, Hugo. Seeing you as you are now, I know I can leave my affairs in your hands. I know you'll do what's right, even if I kind of hate to admit it. Hey. Soul's fallen unconscious. How am I supposed to take over your affairs when I don't even know what you were trying to do? At least I can be sure now that you never had any ill intent. I have no idea if I can live up to your expectations or not, but I will do my best I can, brother. You have my word. Zip up here. Okay, this leads me outside to the last save spot. That's what we're gonna do. Click on the save spot. Right, and now I'm gonna load my other save because that's the one that I have everything completed on. Let me just make sure I have everything done. Maxed out, and we're just gonna do the final boss now. Ugh. So this is similar to Unica's final. Well, it's the same boss battle as Unica, but so the successor of House Fact makes his dramatic final appearance. Hugo! It seems you've suppressed the demonic element I bestowed upon you, but even without its power, you've managed to get past every one of my subordinates. I'm impressed, but also very, very disappointed. You could have been so much more. Don't even try it. I have no intention of believing a single word you say. I never should have in the first place. Release Lady Rhea and hand over the Black Pearl now. Listen to you, making demands. I think we both know I'm not about to comply. You see, I need both the goddess and the pearl to complete my ritual. Your ritual to drag Solomon Shrine back down to the surface, I'm aware of it, but why? What will that accomplish? It's simple, really. The Black Pearl is what holds the shrine aloft, using a considerable amount of power to do so. Logically, if it's expending so much energy on that one task, its potency is limited. And since only the defined affectations of a goddess can control the pearl, well, I think you get the idea. Wait. So you intend to crash our holiest shrine into the ground, killing all who dwelled within it, just to unlock the Black Pearl's full potential? But when you put it that way, yes, a most succulent summation indeed. I plan to steal the goddess's powers, granting me full unrestricted control of the pearl and all it represents. And finally, at long last, I'll be able to give the demonic essence form, creating the perfect essence. You think I'm just gonna stand by and let you do this? Oh, same thing, barrier. What? You're wasting your time. Your pathetic magic can't possibly penetrate this barrier. Hugo, stop. He's absorbing the demonic essence of himself. No normal task can even touch him. Damn. Pity, I would have enjoyed watching him struggle a bit more, but thank you for enlightening him nonetheless. Unfortunately for you, Hugo Fact, turnabout is fair play, remember? Arg. Hugo! What now? If you unleash your demonic element, you might just stand a chance of surviving this. Oh, you perish in your obstinacy and rush to your eternal reward. I won't do it. Even if I give in now, I'll never be able to show my face to her. I'd rather die. Such a sentimental drivel. I hope it provides you with some comfort on your journey to hell. Is this the end? Am I really incapable of doing this without resorting to that other side of me? I'm sorry, Epona. So obviously, same thing, goddesses appear, blah blah blah. What? Ow. Seem you've been busy, Hugo. Hang in there. We're here for you as promised. If you please, Rhea, we must gather our power and confer it upon Hugo. On your lead, Fina. What in the world? No, is this the power of the goddess? Never forget, Hugo, you're not alone in this. Every one of us behind you, our thoughts, our feelings, Our strengths are all with you now. I can feel them coursing through me. Friendship is magic. Ah, yeah. Barrier breaks. So this is the power of magic. I mean, the power of friendship. I did it. Infinite worm. Allow my ambitions to be foiled by the likes of you. Behold my true power. This is where he takes the pearl into himself. And he's gonna take a robotic form. Okay, third phase. Nope, not getting pulled into that. Fuck you. No. One more. Alright, that's that. Ha. I never imagined a lowly weakling like you could thwart my ambitions. So I'm a lowly weakling, am I? Sounds about right. Still I walk my own path now, a path I've chosen myself. Bumpy road to be sure, but I'll never deviate from it again. Such naivete. The blood of House Fact is more corrupt than you know. Just as my darklings compulsively pursue their ideals to the bitter end, so too will you succumb to the curse of your bloodline sooner or later. Hugo, please stand back. What you see before you is the demonic essence itself. Pina, are you ready?
I am.
There's the same cutscene as before where the thing let goes. The east floats back up into the heavens. Goddesses lose their wings. Pearl sealed. And we get a similar ending to Unica. But you're certain you won't return with us then? We are. We gave up our wings to seal away the essence. Those wings were our power and our life's energy. Even now we grow weary. Soon we'll drift into sleep, likely for a long time. But the seal we've placed on the demonic essence is imperfect at best. Returning the Black Pearl's Shrine would be far too dangerous. Even keeping it here would be inviting calamity. Once we drift into sleep, both we and the Pearl must be entombed deep within the earth, far from human hands. Thank you, Hugo. Solely because of you, we were able to avert this crisis. Indeed, I can't imagine how we could have ever repay you for what you've done. You needn't do that. Without you and everyone else down here, I would never have accomplished what I did. I only regret that my brother isn't here to pay respects as well. Can't seem to find him anywhere. That's quite alright. I must ask, though, Hugo, you are troubled by Daelus's last words to you. They seem to strike a chord. Well, he struck one with us as well, referring to our power as affectation, belittling our divinity. In many ways, he was right. Our powers are limited. We can't see into the future, for example, but we don't have to know he was wrong about you. You took on the might of a demon, yet resisted its influence. You may be an accomplishment even beyond our abilities. I believe what my sister's trying to say is your bloodline doesn't shape you. You are who you are. So please do not let it get to you. It was an awful, empty platitude. It was an empty platitude from an empty soul. I understand. It would seem our time is up. Indeed. The rest is in your hands, my friends. We shall do as you've instructed, milady. Thank you both, with all our hearts and souls, for all the guidance and wisdom you've imparted upon us in the many long years since we founding of Ys. I think you have that backwards. It is you who've imparted guidance and wisdom upon us. Thank you all so much for everything. Don't look at us like that, Unica. One day we'll awaken again, and when that day comes, we'll be sure to look you up. Okay. Unfortunately, looking you up essentially is going to be your gravestone, because it's sort of like a, And so the crisis that had brought the land of Ys to the brink of annihilation was finally resolved, albeit impermanently is what it says. Gotta learn to read. So this is one of those things where I'm a little not confused, but I understand it in a sort of a biblical way, where we all kind of want, Christians or even those of believe in the Judeo-Christian God want, to be one with God, to, bask in his glory, and for eventually earth to become like heaven, with the return of Jesus and that. But, even though the believers of the first, or the, whatever, not the first century, but even the initial Christian believers believed that, you know, Jesus's return was forthcoming, like he was going up into heaven and he'd be back in 5 minutes, sort of thing. And what they're saying is there's a possibility that they could be back before Unica and them die, but as we know, that doesn't happen because many descendants occur after them before the events of East 1. You and the others enshrine the goddess in the Black Pearl deep underground as it promised. Afterwards, they began preparing to use the remaining magical energy to return Solomon's Shrine in the heavens. There's me, the Rhoda tree. So you're leaving then? Yes, with the tower's influence cut off, Solomon's Shrines began reascending into its proper place in the heavens. But the farther it gets from the surface, the more difficult it becomes to maintain a transport spell. We must not miss our chance. We'll be lonely here without you. Perhaps we shall do as the goddesses and sleep. And someday, once they've awoken, I pray we can all meet again. Yeah. We would like nothing more. I wonder how long it'll be before the goddesses walk among us again. We can all safely return to the surface. Too long, I'm sure. Indeed, but it should happen within my lifetime. I hope to be here for it. I intend to stay behind. What? Hugo? What brought this on? I simply do not want to live out the rest of my days on a cramped little island in the sky. If I go back now, I may never get the chance to come down here again. But why would you even want to? Are you planning to look after Lady Rhea and Fina or something? Oh wait, I think I know. Yeah, I think it hit me as well. You're worried about your brother, aren't you? What? No, that's ridiculous. How could you both independently come up with such an idiotic notion? Fine, it's not that then. But hey, if you're staying behind, I see no reason I shouldn't join you. Yeah, me too. I'm worried about leaving the goddesses alone in the chamber, and I don't really like being so far away from them. Yeah, that was my first thought when Hugo said he was staying. I feel exactly the same way. But maybe I should stay too, if you'll all have me anyways. I don't even want to leave their sides if I don't have to. I knew you were going to say that. Commander Celia Romana, I understand. We'll pass along your regards. You two take care of each other now, you hear? Wait, does that mean you're staying too, Roy? The fact that you can't pick up on that until now proves that you really do need someone to look after you. I don't think you'll last one day down here without me. Oh, come on. Are you ever going to stop treating me like a little kid? Look at what you've started, Hugo. I wish I could tell you all to take some time and think this through, but time is a luxury we do not have. Sorry about this, Casinada. I'll let Priest Fact know of your decision, Hugo, and the rest of your families too, for that matter. Imagine there's going to be hell to pay, though. You better be damn sure you're doing the right thing. I believe we are. Take care of yourselves, Casinada. Let the people of East know that they'll be in our thoughts and in our prayers. So they're gonna transport back up to the heavens. So while this cutscene plays out, I am going to say that I apparently do not remember this game well at all. I could have sworn that the events played out similar to Unica's campaign, where Musica sacrifices herself in order to save Hugo. That apparently didn't happen, but Epona did die, and I didn't remember that either. So that's another fun thing I didn't realize or remember from this game. Also, the little side rocks are dropping, which is kind of weird and dangerous if you're standing below Ys. Gotta be rumbly tumbly. Peace Origin, okay. So it's a TB continued. Obviously we gotta do Toll's campaign now. And that's where we'll be starting on the next episode. Until then, I hope you guys have a good one.